Hello, YouTube. We're glad you're with us today on the INS Banker uh, YouTube channel. We appreciate if you'll like and subscribe. We'll promise to teach you some excellent things on real estate, investing, accumulating money, and improving your financial position and family. So thank you for being with us today. We're going to discuss the mindset of investors and try to touch on what all of us in this country kind of are made up of, and what might be better to get you off the ground, and who are more likely to succeed in this country. So the mindset, and I've got my guest and lady that works with me a great deal, Jocelyn Drake, here with us, and so she's going to join in, and we're just going to bounce this mindset around about investing and what you need, because it starts with the core. In other words, how do you live daily? What do you think of daily? What do you automatically do? And what are your habits? This kind of thing. If it's spend, probably not the habit you want to become successful, to getting to a point of financial freedom where your assets earn more money than you do on the job. So that's what I'd like that many of you want to get to one day, is to where you can invest assets that make money for you. So Jocelyn, you got some thoughts on the mindset of the investor?
I do. I'm excited about today's topic. We know as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So our mindset really determines how far we go, and also our vocabulary. And Jack has been doing a great job in helping our financial IQ to increase because of our vocabulary increasing. So today he's going to talk to us about mindset, and I'm beyond excited for each one of us to shift in that aspect. And so what we want to talk about is the scarcity and the abundant mindset, and Jack is going to give us the pros and the cons of each one. So Jack, can you start with today with the abundance mindset?
Okay. You know, we all should recognize the abundance in this country that we have. It's obviously the greatest in that regards to in the world, and we should see those opportunities and the many people that do real well in this country. So there is an abundance that we can reach for, and to get ourselves to a level that we want to be in this country anyway. But there's also another flip side of abundance, that if we grow up in abundance and we think maybe like what we grew up, that this is going to be the way it is from now on, and that we can live this way and live this life in abundance without having to dig down and really get disciplined in our habits, disciplined in our lifestyle, live on a budget, so to speak, until we get to a level at least where we are financially free. So in my readings and studies and experience, I have seen many times, and I'm sure you have, where the people that have it the toughest in their childhood, in their teenage years, they somehow, some reason, rise up to be more successful than those that are raised in abundance and feel like it's always going to be there regardless of what they do. They don't do as well often in that same development phase, because their mind is different, thinks different, they're accustomed to different things than that scarcity individual. That's what I have observed and things happens, and it starts in the mind. It may be that you're not living in scarcity, but you still have a scarcity somewhat mindset, that you're going to get ahead, and you're going to have the drive to get to the higher level and to places that your peers maybe do not. And I think of commonly some that I've observed even in recent years of immigrants who come from other countries that do not have abundance available to them, and then they come here in the United States, and quite often, at least in my classes and my teachings that I observed, they do better when they start hitting on deals and they start making it in real estate or whatever they're doing. You can think about them all around. It doesn't matter whether it's whatever ethnic group you want to say but you can certainly think of some of those that have had it difficult, and they get here, and then boom, they become ultra successful. And I think it's that mindset of willing to work, willing to do the extra, and then know how to save monies that are above their means. They're often are accustomed to living on a lot less, and that's usually a good habit. Those that live on less usually, if they do well in their vocation, their business, they have more because of that, and they retain it. So that's kind of what I've observed there, and it can, you can go as far as you want to go in thinking of others. In my case, I was raised in scarcity. I was raised by a single mom who never earned more than minimum wage, and she was sort of trapped in a job situation that's what the owner felt that you're supposed to pay in this country. Whatever the state said was the amount that he paid everybody. It didn't matter what job they done in the factory. They were all paid the same, and the raises came through raises in the minimum wage. But it's that's what I've observed, Jocelyn, so often, and but it doesn't mean if you have been raised in a different level that you cannot change that mindset and learn from the habits of other people, and make a change to where you start succeeding and start getting margin in your life, and margin can then be a motivator to higher levels margin. If you live on a budget, everything excess of the budget is stored, and that's what we do with the INS Bank. It's a storehouse, it's a warehouse to put your money, and because of the tax shelter effects of growth and accumulation with it, and not be subject to investment income tax that can erode it and reduce it. So but it first starts with your mindset, and so that's kind of an answer that I've observed, I've seen, I've even studied it, and quite frankly participated in it my own self. And so I don't know other than how other than just say to live and do daily your activities with and set goals for yourself each year, where you want to be at the end of the year, and keep up with those goals, monitor them, and when you hit that, then you can feel like you've attained something for that year and set a new goal for the next year. And in a few years, you can be what we tell you on this channel we want you to be. One day is to strive for that accredited investor level, and so that you then have things opened up to you that are not opened up to those that are not accredited investors, which is 90+% of the people in this country. And so this is one of the things on the path to reaching that status in your financial lives. I like to refer to it commonly as being a good steward. The Bible teaches a lot on stewardship and being a good steward, and so I have studied that a lot, and so I think in terms of stewardship, which is to, manage and grow your assets. And we have, a obligation to our families, to ourselves. Because again, the greatest fears I've said in some other videos that the American people have is to get to retirement and not have enough money, knowing that it's going to back off or shut down for them in terms of earnings, and they don't have enough money to live out life, which may be into the 80s and even 90s today. So that is the biggest fear that American people have. And with inflation going up, like we've seen, I just think about, I just seen the other day a graph on the price increases of inflation just since COVID. And they're astounding what things cost today and have gone up to. So, you need to have earnings that are earning above inflation, and to keep you in a good place financially. That's what we want for you here, and that's what we're going to teach all of our ideas, our studies, our experience that we've had. We want to share those with you, hold nothing back. And so we thank you here today. How about other comments?
I think Jack has covered everything for us. If you would like to continue this journey, just like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and get more information. I think one of the key points he told us is that sometimes we get complacent in the states that we are with our abundance mindset. We kind of think that it's going to continue on, and that if we would begin to shift our mindsets and tap into our own creativity, we can build wealth. So thank you again, Jack, for the information.